anyone watching. I'm setting up right now, so like in order to I'll be starting. All right. How everybody doing? Loud. I think that should be good. There we go. Just wait.
There's something about your
Oh, all right. Ow. Just testing. Okay. I'm all right. Running fine. You just test on my phone how this looks. Alright, so the one person that's apparently watching, welcome to the server that I have on here. Regular build that I do. Got some plans. Gotta build out the area. Out. Alright. As what I had said. Description. I am going is where though? Probably don't. I would have to oh, I thought it'd work like that. Bulls. Alright. I'm gonna break this portal. This is the portal. I think I'm gonna do I have a video. I'm actually gonna play alongside here. Just 1 second.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Popeyes chicken fast food restaurant and drive-through for all of your city building needs. If you're new around here, please do consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you don't miss any of my upcoming future city builds. But without any further ado, let's get started. So just before we begin building, ladies and gentlemen, here are all of the materials that you are going to be needing through.
Alright. So, a cheat. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use creative mode for this. Oh. Yeah, rise up for branding. I'm gonna put So, what do I have in here? Lion? People like. What? That's not an ingredient. Damn it, people. It freaking. Listen later. Red concrete. I think I have that. Green and well, the terracotta before I leave this part. Brick. Wait, do I need red concrete? No, but I need gray and oh no, I do need. There you go. Terracotta. Oh no. Alright. So I think I'm just gonna grab everything. I'm just gonna make a look. I gotta fill up all these holes. Can I? Over here? What's the... Alright. Main benefactor of this is that I need...
Out the build. Let's just like this one.
Okay. So... I don't want it too far, so... Here... Yeah, let's do water. Water. So... One... That's actually pretty impressive. I thought I would have to actually start breaking some darkness. I made the booth here, so take your little. Crap. Go to sleep.
It will allow you to gather.
Look at my little child on the. Pretty nice. Sadly, I gotta let you. Oh! Pretty. Sorry, man. I had to let you go. I think I'll just finish that amount of time. Alright, last thing I need to do. Fill in whole fucking area. And messes. Tyler. Won't take a long time. Oh, content create? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. $19. Alright, boom. 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 Gotta do that because I actually like forgot where the fuck. Boom. Boom. Oh shit, I made a map pool. The whole lane. Alright. That's finally done. Fill in the holes. I gotta patch up this area too. What is this? What's this? From an random explorer. That's a cave system. That. Alright, so this is gonna be Popeyes. Alright, they're not really gonna spawn them. Oh. I don't know. They are under the. They're underwater. Beep, beep, beep. Alright. Alright, there we go. 19 by 24. Now to make sure, I'm gonna make a chest right. Oh, there goes some holes I gotta patch up. What the hole? And we'll Super duper. This is gonna be the inside.
Miss any of my upcoming futures just before we begin out the build.
Alright, so I have all the cayenne and the required concrete. I just need now fucking black glass. Black glass. It goes into the same pen. Quartz stairs. My dream. Staircase. Smooth stone. There it is. Smooth stone. But leave. Right? What are we gonna try? Like we're about to make it like Olive Garden. Oak fence. End rod. Uh, Brown carpet. Iron truck. Man, the chickens just split. It's definitely. Definitely. Red banner. Eyes. Wait. White eye. Red dye. Iron block. Back up from my freaking home. My Popeyes.
Please do make sure that you have access to all of those and enough of them as well. Also, just to give you a little bit of a warning, later on we are going to be needing some extra materials, but just before we move on to that part of the video, I'll give you a nice item list just like this one that will allow you to gather what you will be needing. The amount of space required to make Popeyes is a 24 by 19 block area. This is represented by the white concrete rectangle on the ground. Feel free to make this in your world if you are planning out a city. And that's it. Pause the video if you have to, gather all of those materials, make sure that you've got enough room to make it, make sure you know where you want to make it, and once you're ready, we can begin. Step 1, delicious chicken lovers, come all the way to the front left hand corner of your grid, if you have made it. From the front left corner of the grid, you want to count to the right by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then inwards by...
Oh, wait. Said, because I'm making it from up here. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1. Oh. Yeah.
By 1 and 2. This is the starting position. Place a cyan terracotta on the ground.
Cyan terracotta. Fuck, I need to take everything off.
And place 10 to the right of it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What's next?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then extend that 10th block inwards by 2.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Buddha. Sorry, Buddha.
2, 1, 2. Go right by 2, 1, 2. And then extend towards the back of the build by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You want to go left 1, and then backwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go left by 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then come towards you by 4. Or actually, we can add a little bit of detail here. You can instead come towards the front of
Wait, what the hell? I think I screwed up a bit. Hold on. I screwed up. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay. Back. Alright. I think I screwed up.
The building by placing 2 upside
Hold on. Set. Oh, wait.
down quartz stairs. Right by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To make this in your world if you are planning out a city. And that's it. Pause the video if you have to, gather all of those materials, make sure that you've got enough room to make it, make sure you know where you want to make it, and once you're ready, we can begin. Step 1, delicious chicken lovers, come all the way to the front left hand corner of your grid, if you have made it. From the front left corner of the grid, you want to count to the right by 1, 2,
From the left hand corner. This is the main part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1, 2. Drop cyan.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then inwards by 1.
8. What? Hold on. What?
Left corner of the grid, you want to count to the right by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then inwards by 1 and 2. This is the starting position. Place a cyan terracotta on the ground, and place 10
1, 2.
to the right of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then extend that 10th block inwards by 2, 1, 2. Go right by 2, 1, 2. And then extend towards the back of the build by 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You want to go left 1, and then backwards by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go left 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You want to go left 1, and then backwards by 4, 1, 2.
You said backwards. What do you mean forward from?
2, 3, 4, and then go left by 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then come towards you by 4, or actually we can add a little bit of detail here. You can instead come towards the front of the building by placing 2 upside down quartz stairs.
Back through.
On the end of those quartz stairs, place 2 cyan terracotta, 1, 2. Extend that second cyan terracotta towards you, and then extend towards the front of the building by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Extend inwards by 2, 1, 2, and then right by 1 to connect all the way back to where you first started.
Hey,
The end result of that should look very similar, if not identical, it should look identical, to this. Now, once you have completed that, ladies and gentlemen, the next thing that we are going to do is we are just going to place red terracotta all the way around on top of this shape. We can add windows and stuff in later. We can worry about little details and we can carve them into the building itself. The only place I don't want you to add red terracotta, as a matter of fact, is on top of the upside down quartz stairs. But everywhere else, feel free to just lay a thick foundation on top. The next thing that I want you to do is I want you to focus more so on the front of the building. So I want you to take this outward row of red terracotta here, and I want you to place 7 rows of yellow terracotta on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Now what?
And we are going to completely fill in this area using yellow terracotta. So all the way up until you have 7 rows high.
Oh. Like that.
Just like this. I want you to extend those 7 rows backwards on the left side and the right side, so it will continue on along the red terracottas that we have on the left and right side, and you will form a rectangular like shape like this. That is perfect. You can even connect it together at the top here to form a solid shape at the top, it will look like a rectangle. Form a is perfect. You can even connect it together at the top here to form a solid shape at the top, it will look like a rectangle. And the next thing that we want to do is we want to focus on the sides a little bit more. You see, on the sides, it's a little bit different. You want to place 4 rows of yellow terracotta everywhere else on top of the red terracotta. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 everywhere else. And once again, we can focus on adding windows and doors and signs after we have extended everywhere upwards using 4 rows of yellow terracotta. It is, I think, easier to add detail afterwards, and if you're working with a blank canvas like this one, you will find that you can add details yourself as well. If you don't like the positioning on some of the windows or some of the other key features of the build, you are more than welcome to change them. Whereas if we kind of just leave a template for the building where we leave out all of the windows and doors, then I think that you might be a little bit more encouraged to kind of just follow along. But that's what we want to have so far. The only thing that I would like to do is on the left side of the building where we have the upside down quartz stairs. We want to leave a gap of 2 from the bottom. You can even fill in one side of the window using 2 black glass pane. But then we want to seal up above the window. That is simply a drive-through window. The reason that we're leaving a gap of 2 is just so that you can hand food through the window. I need to seal up above 2 black glass.
You say black glass, you mean black glass panels. Say that. I want one. Chicken?
Pane. But then we want to seal up above the window. That is simply a drive-through window. The reason that we're leaving a gap of 2 is just so that you can hand food through the window. I need to get my food. So that's what we want to have so far, ladies and gents. Well, the next thing that we are going to do is we are just going to seal up the top of the back of the front of the building. So now that we have added all of the other yellow terracotta, we can just seal up the top part of this. We also have to add a little bit of a roof. Now, the roof is going to be made out of red concrete. You can begin by placing a layer of red concrete that simply sits on top of the yellow terracotta that we have at the top of the build. Not only are you going to want to do this on the lower that's concrete, a little bit of a roof. Now, the roof is going to be made out of red concrete. You can begin by placing a layer of red concrete that simply sits on top of the yellow terracotta that we have at the top of the build. Not only are you going to want to do this on the lower part of the building, but you can do the same thing at the top here as well. So where the sign is on the front of the building, you may feel free to add red concrete. And I'm going to be filling in the top of the red concrete, not only on that part of the building where it is a little bit smaller at the front, but I want to fill in the large open space left at the top of the main part of the building. The reason being is because the
Okay. McDonald's. All right.
ceiling is going to be using some redstone lamps. So we need a solid top of the build. We can't just use the interior ceiling as the exterior ceiling, otherwise you'll see like redstone blocks and stuff poking out the top, which is no good. So far we have something which looks like this, which doesn't look too bad. But now we're going to give the roof a little bit of life. You see, I want you to take the edge of the red concrete roof, and I want you to extend it.
Let's suppose that you're writing a really important email to a colleague.
One row. The edge of the red concrete roof, and I want you to extend it one row outwards like this. The red concrete roof, once extended one row outwards, will overhang the building all the way around, and it just adds a bit of depth, and it it just looks a little bit better. The same thing can and should be done all the way up at the top here, where we have the sort of sign for the front of the building. So this is where we're actually going to be using banners later to write out Popeyes. Now that we've reached this point here, we can actually add details to the building, and do feel free to add windows and doors in different positions. This really is a blank canvas at the moment, so do feel free to make changes where you see fit. So we're going to begin with the front, and we're going to come all the way down to this red terracotta here on the front left side. We are going to go to the right of it and knock out 2 blocks. We're going to go to the right, leave a gap of 1, knock out 3 blocks. Leave a gap of 1 and knock out 2 blocks. Destroy an entire row above these. And then fill in this area with glass. And these are just the front windows of the building. I'm going to place an entire row of red concrete above all of the windows, connecting together left to right. I'm also contemplating destroying these middle red terracottas here and placing yellow terracottas instead, because I think that might look a little bit better. I'll leave that up to you. Well, what we also want to do is we want to place a sign here. So the best thing to do is to line up with the left side of the red concrete here above the windows. Leave a gap of 1 coming upwards. Move to the right by 1 and destroy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. Fill that in using red concrete, and later on we will be able to write Popeyes directly above that line. We also want to add a couple of other rows of red concrete. So for instance, we want to, on the sides of the building, place red concrete here, which correlates to where the red concrete is above the windows. We want to place red concrete here and also here, and that just, it kind of just looks a little bit nicer by adding it. It's a little bit of detail. Coming along the right side of the building where the actual entrance is going to be, we want to have more windows as well. So if you start from the bottom left side red,
Have to be. Alright, you know what? Alright, so here, 3.
red terracotta here, and you move to the right, destroy 2 rows, gap of 1, destroy 2 rows, gap of 1, destroy 2 rows, but destroy down and above as well. That is going to be an entrance area. And then just moving along this back wall here, right in the middle of this back wall, we're going to destroy these two middle red terracottas and also the yellow terracottas above them. And we're also going to do the same here, just coming forwards and here, just like this. So all of the windows, which are the smaller holes, can be filled in using black stained glass paint or any variety of glass that you may want. We are going to place a row of red concrete above these two left side windows, coming all the way over and spanning both of them. Additionally, we're going to want to have that above this little window here and above where the entrance is going to be. We'll add doors and stuff later on. It's just that as we replace the floor, the doors will get destroyed anyway, so there's really no point in doing that now. There is no windows on the back of the building because we're placing all of the cooking equipment back there. However, on the left side of the building, we can come all the way to this right red terracotta here towards the front of the build. You can move to the left, destroy 2 blocks, gap of 1, destroy 2 blocks, destroy above, here, and then you can fill these windows in using glass pane. If you like, you can place red concrete above them, joining together, or you might like the aesthetic of them being placed apart. I'm actually not sure which I like better. On the front, I kind of like them all joined together. Or do I? You know what, I'm going to leave all of the windows separated for a little bit. And I'm going to kind of figure out as I move around whether I like them separated or together. Again, these are design choices that you're more than welcome to make for yourself. So, as we're on the left side of the building, we have a drive-through. The drive-through is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 rows wide, as most of my city roads are as wide as that. So I'm going to have 4 rows dug out directly to the left of our Popeyes. This is going to allow you to place a car down the side, or whatever vehicle might actually fit. You're more than welcome, of course, to, and by the way, I'm going to fill the area in using grey concrete because that is primarily the resource that I use to make roads, because I just like grey concrete for what.
Okay, 1 second. Fuck out. Kid. For a bit on. do is, once everything is done, I have to, oh, how the hell am I? Probably just, I don't feel like, make no sense for me to make another AFK farmer. It's pretty strange. Boom. Alright. Fuck.
Whatever reason for roads. Feel free to use whatever you feel as though looks the best. I'm also just going to fill in this little gap here where we have the drive-through window, and underneath the drive-through window I might place like red concrete just to kind of like highlight it a little bit. Additionally, just like coming around the front, so all of this area that's kind of just left alone, I'm going to leave these two corner blocks here. When I say corner blocks, let me show you what my plan is for this point actually. Let me show you. So we're going to use some green terracotta, lime terracotta, brown carpet, we're going to need oak leaves, and I think just smooth stone. So in the corners here where we have Popeyes, I want some fake bushes. So in the corner, green terracotta with lime on top, and brown carpet going around the bottom. It's just a nice little decoration. I want the same in this corner as well, so dark bottom. It's just a nice little decoration. I want the same in this corner as well, so dark on the bottom, light on top, brown carpet going all the way around to look like dirt.
But if you're gonna do that, shouldn't you just, I don't know. Oh, cat! I'll probably edit it. No. I'm gonna have to get ready to go.
Additionally, I'm going to then destroy all the rest of the area inside of the grid. Do bear in mind that I said inside of the grid. And I'm going to leave the white concrete on the back. And the reason being, by the way, is because I have some hedges. And I think that the hedges might look cool with white concrete underneath them. But we will see, won't we? But the reason that I'm destroying all the grass is so that I can place some smooth stone around it. And then that way people can navigate and walk around the outside of Popeyes. Feel free to add parking spaces to your Popeyes. You guys, I'm sure if you've made any other builds by me, then
I'm gonna move that. Wait, when the hell did this exist down here? Oh no. Cobblestone. Never came down.
you will be able to make parking spaces. Just make them wide enough for cars, make them long enough for cars, and you should be perfectly fine. So now we have kind of like an established area around Popeyes. I'm going to place some oak leaves as hedging, as a separation between the drive-thru and everywhere else on the left side. I'm also just going to place some leaves coming along the back of the border of Popeyes, just to kind of just create a nice sectioned off space. And Popeyes is looking pretty good. Now, I think I've came to a decision on the windows. I definitely like the front windows joined together because they're different sizes. I just kind of like them joined together. But I think the side windows are alright as they are. Or are they? I don't know, because it's a bit busy with all of them separated. Again, feel free to make your decision, but the ones on the left side in particular, just because there's only 2 windows, it doesn't bother me as much. I might even add red concrete as well above the drive-thru window. That looks pretty decent. Whilst we are on this side of the building, I'm going to use signs, item frames, and cooked chicken. So along this wall here, I'm just going to place a couple of item frames with cooked chicken inside, with oak signs underneath, and maybe even some prices as well. So maybe just like, I don't know, maybe there's a special like $3 for like burger. Like, I'm assuming that Popeyes do chicken burger. We don't actually have one.
They don't have chicken burgers, but they got chicken sandwiches.
This is the story of how Danny, a soon-to-be college grad and a Grammarly user, connects with Tyler, the key to her dream job.
Over here in the UK. So I'm only guessing, but I'm pretty sure Popeyes are almost exclusively chicken. And how about some like $5 for like, I'm going to assume, chicken wings. Why don't we do something like that? So you can just write out something that makes sense in these signs, especially if you're more familiar with the restaurant than I am. But just a couple of advertisements up the side. You could even make them a bit taller to make them a little bit more in line with the windows if you like. And that's a nice little bit of detail added onto the left side of the building. On the right side of the building, which, and by the way, this is completely optional. You don't have to add this, although I think it does make a little bit of a difference.
But
an outdoor seating area will look quite good. You can make it using quartz stairs, some oak fence, red carpet. We're going to be using some end rods, a little bit of string as well. Additionally, we're going to make a bin out of light grey concrete and iron trap doors. So, coming along the side of Popeyes here, we're going to start from the cyan terracotta here, and we're going to place a chair, which is a quartz stairs, a table, which is an oak fence with a red carpet on top, and then a quartz stairs on the opposite side. If we place a couple of end rods behind the table on top of each other with red carpet on top, and then we're going to place on the opposite side of this the same thing, so it's going to be a quartz stairs, oak fence next to it, red carpet on top, with a quartz stairs on the opposite side. And then you should be able to place string on top of the quartz stairs, red carpet on top of this. And I'm just going to extend this, actually, I kind of like it like that. I was going to make it like an umbrella so that it kind of like stuck out this way, but I kind of like it just like that, to be honest with you. And then opposite side the door here, this is a door, or this area will be a door. Light grey concrete with iron trapdoors on top. And that's just like a nice outdoor seating area. You're more than welcome to even add another table or perhaps a couple of single tables like here. So maybe like one there, and you could even have like one there if you wanted to. Although that seems a little bit busy to me. But you know, you can add one there if you like, just coming out of the back right there. With iron trapdoors on. Red carpet is an oak fence with a red carpet on top. And then a quartz stairs on the opposite side. If we place a couple of end rods behind the table to place fence next to it, and then you should be able to place string on top of the quartz stairs, red carpet on top of this, And I'm just going to extend this... Actually... I kind of like it like that. I would be a door. That's just like a perhaps a couple of single table, although that seems a little bit busy right there. So that is what we have created thus far, ladies and gentlemen. So now that we've reached this point right here in which we have made the majority of the outside of the build, we're just going to do the sign before we move on to the inside part. So I'm just going to dump all of this stuff and I'm going to grab a crafting table, of which we only need one. I'm going to throw that down on the ground there, and I'm going to get rid of my crafting tables. I'm going to move my banners, my white dye, and my red dye all the way up to the top left corner of my inventory.
God, I was playing.
Inventory. I'm going to crack open the crafting table and I'm going to start my least favorite part of the tutorial, which is the banners. So the first banner, of course, we have to make is P. So we're going to place a red banner.
Wait, kind of forgot how to text.
In the middle of the table, with white dye along the top. Grab that banner and place it in the middle of the table, with white dye coming along the right side. Grab that banner and place it in the top middle of the table with 2 rows of red dye underneath it. Grab that banner and place it in the top middle of dye underneath it. Grab that banner and place it in the top middle of the table with 2 rows of red dye underneath it. underneath it. Grab that banner and place it in the top middle of the table again, and place a single row of white die coming along the middle horizontally. Grab that new banner place it in the middle of the table, and place white die coming up the left side top to bottom. And thank goodness that is P complete, one of the harder letters to make. So P is going to be used twice. If you're in survival, you will have to make it twice. If you're in creative, you don't. We're going to place P all the way up here. So along where we have the red concrete area here, a P banner is going to be placed on the left side, gap of 1, another P, right there.
I'll do it when I'm done.
We're then going to crack open the crafting table again, and we're going to place a new banner in the middle of the table. White die coming up the left side. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle of the table with white die along the top. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle of the table. Top. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle of white die. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle of the table with white die along the top. Grab the new banner and place it
White chief.
in the middle of the table, with white die coming along the right side. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle of the table, and place white die underneath. Grab that banner, that is O. So we can place O in between the two P's. We won't need O again. We're going to grab a brand new banner and place it in the middle of the table with white die along the top. Grab the new banner and place it in the top middle of the table with white die along the middle. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle of the table with white die along the bottom. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle of the table with white die top left corner to bottom left corner, so all the way up the left side to give you E. So now we can place an E not only next to the end P, but you want to leave a gap of 1 and place another E. Again, if you're in survival mode, I do apologize, you will just have to create 2 E banners. But us creative lot, we get to have it easy and we can just reuse the banner. So now, we are going to crack open the table, place a brand new white banner in the middle of the table. It's actually going to go in the middle left. And we're going to place white die top left corner to bottom right corner. Grab that banner place it in the top middle table. Uh-oh. Place it in the top middle of the table with 2 rows of red underneath it. Grab that banner, place it in the middle left of the table again with white dye coming from the bottom left corner to the top right corner. And that...
White Benson. White Ben. Damn it, I keep screwing up. And okay, this one
will give you Y. Y, for the final banner, we're going to place a brand new red banner in the middle with white dye along the bottom. Grab that banner, place it in the middle of the table again with white dye along the top. Grab that banner and place it in the middle of the table with white dye with white dye in the bottom right corner to top left corner. There we go, that's perfect. And that will give you S. And all we have to do, of course, is just place S on the end, and there you have Popeyes, which is perfect. So now, ladies and gentlemen, well done. We have completed the entire outside of the build.
hold the frick. I have an S. Nothing changed though. White base. The hell is that? Yeah, that looks better. That actually does.
But here's the thing. We can use a lot of the materials that we have already to work on the inside before we have to grab some more. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Feel free, and I always recommend this because I myself, many times have I accidentally messed up the sign as I've been building. Even if I'm on the inside, I'm going to just grab a chest and I'm going to chuck all of the banners in the chest for now. Hopefully I won't need them again, but you never know. Better safe than sorry. So first, we're going to come inside of our Popeyes chicken. I'm going to re-floor it first of all. That's going to require oak wood planks. I'm also going to need to add a ceiling that will require a block of iron. So I'm going to re-floor the area. That means ripping up whatever is in the inside of your Popeyes. I really don't know where you guys are going to be building this. So if you're building it in kind of like a super flat world like me, obviously you're going to have like just pretty much grass unless you customized it. But
Alright, I think I'm gonna end the stream here for the moment. I got stuff to do. started now. Damn it. All right. I'm gonna try and do a longer stream next time. Some stuff. Damn it. So I'll just finish this up in like a later stream, or like I'll just probably like record it and let it be its own like unedited video shit. So yeah, that should be now. Sadly, the one guy who was watching